Welcome to another edition of Getting to Know Harvest Master products. Today we're going to be talking about the Cone Planter plugin and how it can improve your cone planting process, as well utilize some of the technology that you already have. My name is Devin Keeler. Today we'll be reviewing the Cone Planter plugin. It's an option that is available in the Mirus software that can be utilized to control your cone planter system. Some of the features of the Cone Planter software include integration with Mirus software, which is used in most harvest systems. It's controlled through basic GPS signaling, allows for plot recording. It's compatible with multiple different GPS systems, allows for note-taking later on and or through harvest. There's pause functions to prevent seed loss, and as well allows you to know plot locations from within the tablet. Some of the benefits of the Cone Planter plugin: being able to use the same tablet across multiple different facets of the operation, helps to save time and money. It's fairly easy to set up and calibrate. Simple wiring, allows for automated planting, and as well creates simple maps with GPS availability. These are just some basic examples of some of the planters which we're able to control to help improve your seed planting automation. The theory of operation with the Cone Planter plugin is utilizing precision GPS to trigger the cone to distribute the seed to the openers or discs, depending on your planter. The plugin is designed to control up to 3 actuators, the first one predominantly being the cone action, as well adding a staging or optional additional gate above the cone, staging the seed more efficiently. The third option is an alley marker, which can trigger a sprayer or chalk to better understand placement. The Cone Planter kit or system components include an actuator module, rugged tablet, software, actuator cables, power cables, system console, CAN cable, and RS-232 cable to communicate to the GPS. Here we're able to use Mirus as the interface, and then we connect the Cone Planter option as well as the GPS, which allows us to control and communicate with the Cone Planter itself. Within the plugins, the GPS one specifically, we are able to set up and collect data that allows us to preset some of the options within the GPS as we receive that signal from your GPS setup in your tractor. Some of the data that is collected is stored in the setup file specifically to the GPS setup. Some of it will be pre-programmed, some of it we will need to add in, which is based off of distancing from GPS and a few other features. There are 2 timers that are used in seed placement outside of the GPS positioning that account for speed and distance the seed falls to the ground. We also allow for the option for multiple planting passes, so you're able to plant multiple different plots at a time depending on how big your planter is. Here we're able to turn on or off the alley marker option. Part of setting up the GPS side of the Cone Planter setup, we allow you to set the map boundaries. And within that, we also allow for the positioning of the plots itself, the distance, how large the plots are going to be. We also allow for plots per stack, which allows you to plant multiple different trial groupings with larger distances between those trials. Once the map has been set up, we also allow you to go back and adjust the map positioning afterwards in case the placement isn't exactly where you want, or just realign the GPS as well. Here you can see an example of where there's 2 plots per pass and allowing for a 10-foot stacked alley in between those groupings. Similar to the one previous, this is an example of 4 plots per pass allowing for a 10-foot alley in between each grouping of plots. Here you can see what a basic planting screen will look like once you've prepared your map, GPS positioning. The layout is subject to change, but in most cases you'll be able to see the positioning through GPS coordinates, where you are specifically as indicated by the green icon in the map there, whether or not your actuators are open or closed, and then as well where you are within the range row of your trial. Here's an example of a planter that is utilizing the plots per pass, which in this case they are planting 2 plots per pass. This allows for faster planting and being able to control exactly when the system is tripped. I don't know if that's... Here are a few examples of some of the setups that have been put together running the Cone Planter software. Here's a dual plot per pass planter. Here shows the planter from the opposing side being able to control the 2 different staging and the cone action there. The staging actually will trip prior to the cone, allowing for the cone to trip right as or before the plot is being entered. Thanks again for spending time with me, getting to know more about our Cone Planter plugin and how it can improve investments long term, as well as save time. And if you have any further questions or want to reach out and learn more, feel free to reach out to myself, Devin Keeler, or our sales and marketing manager, Keith Hunt. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you may have in regards to the Planter software.